Wild Tomorrow's mission is the protection of threatened species and their threatened habitats. A wild tomorrow means protecting enough wild space for nature to exist, keeping its ecosystems balanced and functioning, so we can provide resources that all living species, including us, need to survive. Wild Tomorrow's Great Uokuela Nature Reserve was restored from rows of degraded pineapples and cattle farm. We're not against farming, but with so much natural land already lost, this area must be protected because of its ecological importance to the area. We have continued to restore our incredibly fragile and rare sand forest. Our green mambas have cleared the invasive plants, and we have replanted native sand forest tree species. Some areas of our reserve require restoration of a different kind. Ecological burns are vital to manage fire-adapted habitats. A special antelope that our reserve was missing was kudu. But this changed this year when our generous neighbour donated 4 of his kudus. We have since released an additional 7 kudu. All of the species on our reserve continue to flourish. This is perhaps most evident by the amount of babies being born. Working in conservation requires patience. One of our longer-term projects is creating connections with our neighbouring reserves. Our fence dropping with Munyawana Conservancy is inching closer to reality. In 2023, we erected brand new Big 5 fencing around the perimeter of our reserve. This will keep all our animals and all our neighbours safe. Another exciting step we performed was relocating some of our animals from the western section to the eastern section. And introducing potentially dangerous animals to our reserve means having all our staff professionally trained in first aid and safety around wildlife. It's hard to believe that this vast space was once degraded farmland. What you see here now is proof of regeneration.
We care about the protection of all living species, but there are some species that require our special attention. This includes rhinos. For 8 years, we have been helping on the front line of the rhino poaching war. The dehorning program we have supported on private reserves has resulted in almost 0 poached rhinos. But the poachers haven't gone away. Instead, they have moved their focus to the vastly under-resourced government reserves. And we have followed them. This year we focused our support on the anti-poaching canine unit at Lihliwi Mfolozi Park. This park has the largest population of rhinos in KwaZulu-Natal and is being hit hard. We donated special lights to help the helicopters track the dogs, tactical chest rigs for the rangers, camp upgrades and vehicle repairs, and many more vital tools to help the brave team respond to poaching incursions. And our help at the rhino orphanages continues with food, supplies, security, and volunteer muscle power. There is another less loved species that is also on the edge of extinction. Vultures are being poisoned in huge numbers for local medicine, but also because they give away the location of a poached rhino. single poisoning could kill 50 vultures. We sponsored GPS trackers for Zululand's vultures that had been rehabilitated and were ready to be rewilded. A favorite animal of many supporters is the pangolin, the most trafficked animal in the world. This year we continued our support of the rewilding program at 2 of our partner reserves. We strive to help all species in our region in need of human help for their monitoring and protection.
Our close relationship and support for our neighboring communities continues. This year, we added a 4th school to those we support. This one is called the Bushlet Benkosi Creche. Our support providing supplies, stipends, and food continues at the other schools we help. And our conservation volunteers helped to build vegetable gardens this year. We made a huge leap forward in 2023 to connect young local children to nature and wildlife by partnering with Lessons in Conservation. Lessons in Conservation teaches children across the African continent the importance of conservation, bringing them to the bush. We were able to secure their operating costs, enabling this exciting and highly effective charity to grow and expand. In 2023, Lessons in Conservation taught over 4,000 kids in countries that included South Africa, Botswana, and Malawi.
And perhaps our biggest news of the year. Amarelo Africa was a 100-acre property directly bordering our Greater Ukuwela Nature Reserve. For years we had hesitated about purchasing it. Protecting the land had always made sense to us, but we didn't have the funds. And the amount of structures that came with it was daunting.
However, this year, the stars and the selling price and donations aligned. Amarelo Africa is now a Wild Tomorrow Conservation Centre. Not only does this property extend habitat at the Greater Ukuwela Nature Reserve by 100 acres, it also gives us infrastructure we didn't have to convert from a lodge to a conservation and education hub. It is now proudly our headquarters in Southern Africa. It will be a place where the region's conservationists can collaborate, learn, and work together. A place for our volunteers to stay. A place for visiting researchers and birders. And it will be a place for our local community to learn new skills in conservation, computing, business skills, and more.
"2023 has been a year of impact.
This is all because of you. To each and every one of you, thank you for supporting Wild Tomorrow. We are so very thankful.